Don't have one. My brothers play Fortnite. I don't play much. I don't know what the Fortnite. I know a couple, but I don't. My touchdown celebrations are kind of bad. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have anything good.
Well, you're a very clutch performer in college. What is it about those big moments late in the game that kind of gets your heart pumping a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I feed off of it. I think you see like games like Texas, like that was such a cool environment, a great college football environment, and I want the ball in my hands in those kind of situations. I don't get nervous. I don't feel pressure. It's game time. Those are the times I prepare for my whole life.
Well, 2 years ago against Texas Tech, I believe you were down 18, and your tackle said yesterday that you went into the sideline and said, "I'm going to win this game for us." What do you remember about that moment, that game, and what does that say about you as a quarterback?
Yeah, just another one of those games that it's kind of thing since I was a kid that I was preparing for. My level of play kind of rises in those moments. I want the ball in my hands. The fourth down at Texas, the fourth down at Oklahoma State, the 4th and 1 at the Texas Tech game you're talking about. Like I want the ball in my hands to go get the first down or go get the touchdown, whatever we need to win the game.
As a teammate, to make that promise to your guys and then deliver, I mean, how did that feel for you?
That's important. I mean, I'm the leader of the team. I want it, like I said, I want it on my shoulders, and I deliver when it matters.
Do you get more comfortable in those situations as your career progresses, or is that something that, as long as you can remember, you've wanted to be in those sorts of
I think a little bit of both. So I think, like I said, it's when you prepare for something and care about something so much from such a young age, you kind of have that in your blood. But as I've progressed, as I've played, high school ball, college ball, these kind of situations we're talking about, you get excited, you get more comfortable, more confident. And I'm a really confident quarterback. I play that way. I play confident. Like I said, when the game's on the line, I want the ball.
Do teams ask you about those sorts of moments, and do you feel like that's something that's translatable to them?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You're on the cusp of
What are you trying to show guys this week? What are you trying to show them?
Yeah, I think, I'm a competitor. I'm going to come out here and compete. I think so much of this process is watching tape, and that's where it all matters. That's where I was really able to perform for these teams. This is my body of work from Florida and from my 2 years at West Virginia, and I think that speaks for itself. Like I said, I'm a confident player. I'm confident in my tape too. I encourage everybody to watch every game. I want them to see who I am as a player.
You're on the cusp of becoming an NFL quarterback. What have you learned from your brothers in dealing with being having a celebrity status?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, my brothers are obviously kind of been in the spotlight for a few years. This was 5-6 years back. So I understood kind of the spotlight that they were under, and kind of what, how they handled being that famous, being that popular. How to handle social media. That was huge. Social media has become so prominent in today's day and age, and for athletes as well. It's a place that we can voice our opinions and voice our thoughts. That was something that they were kind of doing 5-6 years ago on a huge scale. So I got to see that firsthand, see kind of how they handled it, things that they may have made mistakes on or not done as great, and been able to kind of learn from them.
Yadi said yesterday when he got to Morgantown, kind of a smaller town, you didn't come in there like the celebrity status. You came off as humble. You consider yourself a humble person.
Absolutely, and that's really important to me. I create personal relationships with the walk-ons at West Virginia and at Florida, all the way up to the 5th-year senior guys that are NFL guys. Like that's something that it's part of my leadership quality. Is I want to have a personal relationship with people. So when I do get up and talk, I'm not a guy that's going to be jumping, bouncing around, yelling at everybody. But when I speak, everybody's listening. Everybody has respect for what I have to say because of the personal relationship that I've built with them.
What's your relationship with this mom? Like how big of a weekend this is? I know she's really up, but like there's gotta be some kind of.
Yeah. No, I miss her a lot. No, she has no idea. I don't think she knows. She's so funny, man. It's been really a blessing just watching her grow, and she's developed so much even in the past few months. Like she hit 2 years old. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have kids. That kind of when she hit 2, the past like 3 months, it's like she grows more every day, and it's been crazy and awesome. But I just want to be a dad to her, man. It's really been. I'm really grateful for just her being healthy and happy. So far, just Jacksonville. I have 5 interviews tonight.
Well, you're in such a unique position, a lot more unique than I think some of the guys in this draft, because you are You have a young family right now. So how are you managing preparing for this and also making sure that you're providing the right support and resources for your family?
Yeah, absolutely. It's there's obviously having a wife and a daughter is a huge responsibility. So I did it at the college level where you're obviously playing football, and I treated that like a profession. I acted like a pro when it came to football, and I also had academics to take care of. I was lucky enough to graduate in December of 2017, do a year of grad school. I take that seriously, but then you also had the priority and responsibility of a daughter and of having a wife that that you're not only the provider for, but obviously I want to be a good husband and father. So it was another responsibility that I took seriously and kind of built into my routine. And honestly, it kind of I take pride in being a hard worker. I take pride in waking up every day and getting my responsibilities done for that day, and make sure that everybody that I owe it to is getting my all. So I believe my wife and daughter, I owe that to them. And I make time to get all my responsibilities done during the day.
I know you want to be an elite NFL quarterback, but I'm wondering if you would consider yourself an elite diaper changer as well.
Not elite by any means, no.
Well, you said you had 5 interviews scheduled for later. Are the Patriots among that group? And have you met with them at all during the process?
I have met with them, but not tonight.
Would you envision yourself being a part of that? Obviously, they have a quarterback, right? So you would be asked to be the guy in 2019. But is that an opportunity you might relish, being able to go in and learn from Brady Belichick?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can really put into words the kind of opportunity. I mean, honestly, me and Jake Spavital, my OC at West Virginia, watched a lot of Patriots film and built our offense off a lot of what they, obviously different terminology, but we would see stuff and be like, we're going to do that. Watch a lot. Tom Brady does all right, so we watched a lot of Tom Brady film. The opportunity to learn from a guy like that would obviously be, priceless.
Well, have you met with the quarterback? There's just a lot of talk about you, right? So, like, how do you handle? Do you block it all out? You can't work everything out. How do you kind of handle good and bad throughout this process?
Yeah, I don't think just totally blocking it out is necessarily the answer. I think you have to be accepting, but know that I'm like I said earlier, I'm a very confident player. I'm confident in my abilities. I do things like this to kind of show what I can do, and I'm really just grateful for the opportunity. I wake up every day with an appreciation for life and appreciation to play this game. I've been through some adversity where I didn't have football, so having it back gives you kind of an appreciation for every snap you get to take. I'm just blessed to have that opportunity and blessed to be a part of something that's great.
Well, what kind of receiver has David Sills been for you the last 2 years, and how do you see him doing as a pro?
Unbelievable person and player. He's a guy that obviously played quarterback. If I tried to go run receiver routes right now, it would be terrible. So first off, he's a great athlete. But the way he kind of transitioned from playing quarterback to playing receiver was built off hard work. I mean, from the day he stepped back in Morgantown, we threw, almost every day, it feels like, in the off season, just preparing, doing everything he could to kind of catch up, work his technique. And it showed when it came fall. He was. I truly believe in that preparation in the off season. When you get to game time, it shows, and it did for him.
How much do you think he also was a quarterback? He also was pretty reliant on him a lot, especially in the red zone.
To be honest, I don't agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously he excelled in the red zone. He's a big target, great hands. He's very savvy. He knows when he's in the end zone, and he makes big time catches. But he's a great all around receiver. He's got speed. He runs good routes. He's been working this technique. He doesn't have bad habits. When he started playing receiver, he was learning those techniques. That's all he knew. So he was learning the right techniques from the beginning, and he's kind of built off that.
How much do you think his experience at quarterback helped the receiver?
A lot. Our communication was almost at another level because of that. He kind of understood what I'm looking at from my vantage point. It's like, hey, I know this isn't going to work. How can I do this better for you? So it's pretty cool.
How hard for you with his ability just to read a defense as well as a wide receiver? To read a defense and maybe adjust what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It showed up. There's certain things where he would come to me and tell me what coverage they were in, which isn't normal. But he just kind of understood the game. It was really cool to have a receiver that you could kind of relate to on that kind of level.
Well, what would you say to people who criticize the defenses that you saw in your conference and how that might have impacted the performances you guys were able to put together offensively?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I played in the SEC and played in the Big 12. Great defenses, great offenses, great players. I mean, great coaches. Gary Patterson's really good at what he does. Iowa State plays a good scheme. They get at. I mean, people can form their own opinions about different things. Me, as a guy that's done it, I think there's a lot of talent in the Big 12. I think there's a lot of good football teams, and I played it. It's tough to play in the Big 12.
Well, you said that you wanted every.
Absolutely, it's who I am. My family, it's in my blood. My family's always, played football, coached football. My dad still coaches high school football. If we weren't playing football, basketball, or baseball, we were usually throwing football around somewhere. I've just always loved the game, and it's definitely shaped, the person I am today, the leadership qualities I have are from being on a team. It's the greatest team sport there is. It just, in general, all kind of things. They actually pulled up some tape. We watched some tape. They asked me about just general questions about my journey. Being close to Gainesville. They had Dante Fowler, so they had somebody that I played with. So just different things like that.
Well, do you feel like as a quarterback, those interviews are more important maybe than for some other players because of the trust that a team has to put in you?
Absolutely. I think interviews are extremely important. I don't want to say more so than other guys because I think really for everybody they're important. I think the two main things of this process are your tape and then a lot of it is these interviews. Who are you as a person? Are you somebody that we want to bring into our organization? I think they're hugely important, and like I said, for everybody, but for quarterbacks specifically, I mean, you're the face of the franchise. You're the guy that's going to come in and lead a team, or it's not. You have to be a certain type of person or a certain way to be able to step into an NFL locker room and lead guys from all different walks of life and all different ages. So I think it's really important.
How much of tough to ask about your suspension? What have you talked about?
Not a lot. I think the story of that's kind of out there. It's a long time ago. I've been on every drug test list ever since then, and obviously haven't had any issues. And like I said, that story's out there.